Hello, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Saturday, January 11th. We've got that snow and wind continuing across the area. Most of this will be done this morning, but some lingering into the afternoon, especially some of that wind across the area. Now, above pass level, definitely some areas seeing some blowing and drifting snow, but again, mainly that's out in the backcountry. There'll be a little bit of blowing snow here and there elsewhere, and also just some pretty strong crosswinds if you're heading north or south through the Magic Valley and down through the South Hills and Albion Mountains. We do have a little bit of light snow continuing into tomorrow and Monday, but the rest of the week, for the most part, will be dry. We have high pressure building in with blocking patterns setting up, so it does look like we're going to return to some colder temperatures and more low clouds and some dense freezing fog in spots, most likely coming through a good chunk of the upcoming week. Satellite shows northwest flow over the area. We do have some higher mid-level clouds moving over, but we have low stratus all the way from Ontario, basically back into eastern Idaho this morning, and this trend will continue with a little bit of snow, but most of it is shifting today into the eastern highlands with other showers elsewhere. A little closer view, you can see. Well, a lot of this also going on. We continue to see some light snow regenerating outside of the eastern highlands over portions of the Snake Plain, and a lot of this appeared to be what we call the cedar feeder process. You have a very low cloud deck, a higher cloud deck come over the top over it. That moisture kind of falls through into the lower deck, and it's just enough to create a little bit of light snow or flurry activity. It's a little bit more than just some flurries this morning on the back side of that across the Snake Plain, and that'll continue for a few more hours today. Weather risk outlook, some impacts are pretty much everywhere, but the worst will be in the higher elevations, especially the South Hills, some of the eastern and southeastern highlands with the blowing and drifting snow potential. And in the Magic Valley and South Hills down low, pretty strong winds, especially down around Burley, down through the Idaho area, going down 84 towards Utah for today. A little bit of light snow, like we said, tomorrow into Monday, but Tuesday and Wednesday looks dry. We'll just have to see how the stratus and the low cloud stratus and fog development takes place over those days. So, looking for today, like I said, most of the activity from this first round shifts into the eastern and southeastern highlands. A little bit of light snow lingering around the Snake Plain from around Idaho Falls back down towards Coldwater this morning. Other snow showers in northwest flow will be continuing, especially over the higher elevations. As we go through the day, that trend pretty much stays in place over the area. We might see a little bit of an enhancement later on this afternoon. Again, a little bit of higher mid-level cloud cover moving over that stratus deck. That quickly shifts off to the south and to the east this evening. And then we just basically are left with some light snow showers as we go through the overnight hours, especially up towards Limhi County and also down south of the Snake Plain, and that trend continues, although it will continue to dwindle as we go into tomorrow. So, taking a little better look at how things will go with the snow and wind. First of all, though, temperatures today, where we've been stuck under the inversion, we're going to be warming closer to freezing. Where we've been warmer over the past few days, it'll be cooling off a little bit. Some areas have been well above freezing, will be just a little bit above freezing, and even where we're seeing highs today expected around 35, that will be in the form of snow if it falls throughout the day. Now, down towards the Magic Valley, the South Hills, up towards Galena, just some light snow continuing this morning, but the bigger story will be the wind. We've got some winds in the Magic Valley down to the south, the lower elevations gusting 40 to 50, much higher on top of places like on top of Palmerell, similar highest elevations down there, some of those gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour. And then if you're heading back up towards Galena Summit, some of the mountains in the central, some of the higher elevations of the central mountains, those gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour this morning. We'll see as we go through the day, the snow and wind continues to dwindle, even though it's down quite a bit. Still some gusts above 40 down south for this afternoon, but those winds quickly die off just with some lingering snow showers south of the Snake Plain into this evening and overnight hours. Heading into the southeast corner, just some light snow. Again, higher elevations, especially the Bear River range, seeing a little bit more. But you notice the winds really don't get over into the eastern highlands. A few spots gusting 25 or higher, but that's mainly down on the higher elevations of the Bear River range for this morning. that trend continues into this afternoon with some light snow continuing, and that will continue into this evening and overnight. And the winds really just start dropping off this evening down across the southeast corner. For the rest of the area, gusts over into the eastern highlands this morning around 20 to 30 miles per hour. Monida back towards Lone Pine, Gilmore, Mackey. The highest elevations there gusting well over 40 miles per hour this morning. Snow amounts will be light, a little bit of enhancement if you're headed towards Big Sky into the Tetons, and certainly along the Montana border from around Leadore, Highway 29, going over Bannock Pass, all the way up back towards Lost Trail Pass, and certainly into the Bitterroots for this morning. The winds continue to dwindle a little bit, so do the snow amounts, although you can see a similar pattern where we might see some enhancement this afternoon and this evening as well. And by the time we get to the overnight hours, not much falling and really any wind. It'll be in the highest elevations of the Central Mountains and spilling out of the Central Mountains and across the divide there into our side of the divide for the overnight hours. Going to tomorrow, temperatures will be backing off again in many areas in the teens and 20s. It really doesn't get above freezing and down until you get down into the Treasure and Magic Valleys. Otherwise, overnight lows in the cold spots around 5 above to 5 below zero. Otherwise, teens to low 20s for lows tomorrow morning. Going into Monday, we continue to drop the temperatures off quite a bit, still dropping another 5 degrees or so in some areas in the morning. A little bit cooler for Monday afternoon, and that's kind of the trend for a good chunk of next week is where we stay in the inversion. Some areas may struggle to get above 20 degrees in the afternoon hours, and that continues into Wednesday. Things try to moderate a little bit on Wednesday. That's probably a little zealous by some of the models. This type of pattern, it's really not going to break much. We'll just have to see, but certainly it's going to remain on the cold side, especially where we can keep the inversion holding as we go through the rest of the week. So like I said, we've got some snow lingering this afternoon, crosswinds continuing in many areas, some blowing and drifting in the higher elevations. Otherwise, once we get a little bit of snow out of here for the first part of the week, we got a blocking pattern with high pressure returning, cold temperatures are back, and more of that wonderful wintertime low clouds, stratus, and dense freezing fog across the area. Have a great Saturday, and do stay safe out there, everyone.